in the seventh period, when the galaxies were forming 1 billion years after the big explosion, immense clouds of gas and dust collapsed due to gravity, and they formed what is known today as galaxies, clusters, and superclusters. The gas clouds contain about 71% hydrogen and 27% helium, whilst the dust clouds contain carbon silicates and iron compounds. This is mentioned in verse 11, Surah 41. Then turned he to the heaven, when it was smoke. This is open to interpretation of this level because no more details were given other than the word smoke. Smoke is generally made up of gaseous substandard. In more or less stable superstition, fine particles that may belong to solid and even liquid states of matter at high or low temperature can be contained in smoke. To understand why these gases were so essential, it is important to mention that it was in a place like this that our solar system was born. It took millions of years, and it started when the gas and dust started to form microscopic clumps, and in the end, new worlds were born. The entire ingredient for creation of everything is here, only that it will take some time for them to come together. As the clumps started to get bigger, bigger clumps were formed. The clumps grew hotter and hotter until new stars were born, such as this one, our sun.
The theory of the explosion of the Big Bang is not contradicted in Surah 21, verse 30. Have not those who disbelieve known that the heavens and the earth were of one piece? Then we parted them, and we made every living thing of water. Will they not then believe? After this explosion, all the fundamental forces that were infinitely and unimaginably small were separated from each other. And after a long process, in a matter of billion years, these small forces became what are known today as planets and galaxies. This means that the Earth, the Sun, and the whole galaxy came from one fundamental point, one piece, as mentioned in the Qur'an.
Albert Einstein proposed the field equation with a radius of curvature of space called Einstein's radius. In this equation of general relativity, he stated that the universe is stationary and that it is dynamically stable. In 1922, however, the Russian mathematician Alexander Friedman found different solutions to the equation, implying that the radius of the universe is changing. Einstein criticized Friedman's solution, and they were ignored until 1927, when the Belgian astrophysic Georges Lemaitre had come to a similar conclusion of Friedman's, and that it is the radius of the universe is changing. Lemaitre's conclusion was soon to be supported by Edwin Hubble, which based his law, the Hubble law, on Lemaitre's paper.
In 1929, Edwin Hubble proposed a law saying that for every million parallax of 1 arcsecond, or 3.6 million light years away from Earth, a galaxy would be moving away from us at a particular speed because of the expansion of the universe. He discovered that by the discovery of the redshift, which led him to examine the redshifts of 46 galaxies and their distances. which turned out to be proportional to each other. After this discovery, Einstein called his own theory of cosmological constancy the biggest blunder of my life. In the Qur'an, Surah 51, verse 47, the expansion of the universe is indeed evoked. The heaven, we have built it with power. Verily, we are expanding it. As mentioned in all sections, the word heaven is referred to either universe or space. In this verse, the word is used again with this meaning. Thus, the discovery of Hubble and Lumeto is supported by an ancient book, the Qur'an.